So in our last channel update video, things had taken a turn for the worst, shall we say. My 900 four-seater that I've had since I bought it new in 2015 had went up in flames a couple hours after I washed it, lost the whole machine. Fortunately, Progressive Insurance stepped up, gave me every penny I had in it, and allowed me to start working on a replacement, which I will show you here in a few minutes. But I wanted to update you on what's been going on here at the house and with us in the last almost 8 months now since the fire. That happened back December 2nd. And wow, yeah, it's the house is still not completely finished, but let's talk about that. This is baby Hannah, although she's going to be 18, just a couple of months. This is Brick, otherwise known as Bricky or Brick or Chunk or Chunky Boy or Fat Boy or Chunkalicious, or an endless stream of names that just go with him. Over here we have the vehicle that replaced our melted Toyota RAV4. It's a little 21 Ford Escape. I talked about the house not having power last time, running off a generator. That was just for a few days. Our electrician came out, took the garage loose from the house, so the county was comfortable allowing the power company to turn the power back on. Serve Pro has been on the job, fixing the house, getting back in shape. I'm sure you can kind of tell it already. It looks better. It has taken a long time between COVID and material shortage and everybody just being slammed at everything they do. It has taken a while. Mr. Dumpster here is ready to be dumped again. It'll be about the 4th, 5th time. But as you can see, the front of the house is no longer melted and black and yuck. We got new garage doors. The stucco guys came in and ripped all that down and redid it. Here's my storage box for the new machine. Here's a garage. Looks much better. The garage doors are intact. The walls are and the ceiling's all the right color. Like I said before in the last update video, we didn't have any structural damage. It was really all cosmetic. The sheetrock and everything managed to keep it all held in. There's a new window back there, a new door here, and a lot of our stuff is coming back. This is a lot of stuff that Serpro had in storage that they brought back. And got a nice door here instead of a melted husk. The garage doors work. We just actually got power to the garage yesterday, as a matter of fact. So, and why don't you take us inside? Show us around a little bit.
Well, this used to be the laundry room, and it got the most damage out of everything.
Well, it still is the laundry room, but
yeah,
now it actually looks like a laundry room again, minus the washer and dryer.
The cabinets are white again, the walls are white again.
Yeah. This hallway, I don't know if you guys remember it, it was completely black and destroyed, but all this is prettied back up. Got some of the furniture back in, got some lights going. The kitchen is all back almost in one piece, just need a few appliances. But we got, the only thing original is the floor. They literally gutted the entire house upstairs down to the studs and just basically started from the floor up. All new sheetrock, new paint, new cabinets, new countertops, new backsplash. Oh, the microwave came back. The stove and fridge is coming back. Dishwasher came back. Everything else besides the furniture is all new, even the blinds, fans, the lights, which are kind of still hanging out of their base. Everything is completely ready, but it's getting close. We did get all new living room furniture because all that was destroyed. The ceiling is all nice and clean, and you don't see every single nail and screw oxidizing through the surface like it was before. So we are just about back to the new normal. Not the old normal, because I don't think that's ever coming back, but we'll just be happy to be back to the new normal. So, now that you know the situation here, let's go over to the shop and I'll show you my new ride, which has already been out on a couple trial runs.
This is our 2021 Polaris General XP 1000. After we lost our 900 in the fire, we began searching for one of these. We ordered one from a dealer here in Georgia, but as our April trip got close, it still hadn't been built yet. Our good friend Justin, who is a part of the Razor's Edge family, began calling around the country at dealerships looking for one. He finally found one at a Case tractor dealership in Crookston, a town in the northwest corner of Minnesota, 1,500 miles away. After making sure our name was on it, we loaded up the RV, the puppies, and the snacks, and we hit the road. 3 days later, we returned home and quickly began the build. My dad's here to tell you all about the stuff we put on it.
As Hannah mentioned, as soon as I got it home, I had just about everything I wanted on it already in the shop, because I had began ordering parts and everything that I knew I wanted on it before I even had the machine. So I had a shop full of goodies, but just no machine. But when we brought this one home from Minnesota, I already had everything, almost everything I wanted, and began building it. I had about 3-4 days tops to get as much on it as I could. And then we ran to Kentucky and went to Harlan County, went to Black Mountain. Did a ride up there. It didn't have any of the electrical stuff on it. It was just all the bolt-ons, which is basically underneath. And when I got it back from there, we got it cleaned up, and I took a break from the build because the house still wasn't done and had quite a few months of downtime. But as summer drew near, we had another trip planned to Windrock, and I got out and started, and I tore it down almost to the frame and just built everything else in it that I had. And then this past weekend, we took it to Windrock and rode for a few days, and it was kind of a shakedown run to see how everything was running, how it held up, what it needed, what I wanted to change, and all that good stuff. So I've got a few more parts on order for it now, some stuff I want to do still to finish it up. And my plan at that point is, when all this comes in the next week or two, I'm going to bring it back in the shop, and I'm going to tear it apart, kind of finger tighten it back to factory status, and then I'll do a build video on everything that I've put on it. That way you guys can see what I've done, and especially since there's hardly any good general build videos out there, this will be hopefully beneficial to many people. But so far what we've done is, as you can see, it has 35-inch K9 tires on it, and Hannah's gonna do her best Vanna White here. Just like the 900 had that I got to ride on for a couple days before it burned up. And then we put Super ATV 4-inch gear lift portals that you can see right inside the wheel there, the silver part. So we put those on it, along with some 15-inch ITP beadlocks, which are right here in the center of the tire. Yes, those. We put some Rhino 2.0s from Super ATV, the axles. I wanted to put forward offset arms on it, but Super hasn't got them out yet. They will be coming in September from what they tell me as of right now. The machine already came with a 4,500 pound winch, which you can see here. And it came with this little front bumper that's already on it. And then I added a little Pro Armor front light bar. That's right there. That would be here, yeah. So I've added some rock lights from Lux Lighting, which, yeah, there's one there. There's 8 of them, 2 in each wheel well. Can you point the other one out there, honey?
This one.
Yep, there you go. That's it. All right. Suspension-wise, haven't done anything to it yet. I did install some kryptonite tie rods, which are right there. No, there you go. Yeah, right there. And beef that up a little bit. We have some APOC rock sliders. These come from Tennessee.
As you can see, they work.
They do work, but I did manage, it's on this top mount, it is only held in with 1 screw, and I popped it out. So we're gonna have to reevaluate that. A little bit of cosmetic damage here. A little bit. We, on this shakedown ride, we did Trail 15 at Windrock, went all the way through, V and everything. I won't talk about the part where it was leaning over so far that it thought it was out of gas and shut off. But anyway, it did make it, and we also did Devil's Elbow in it. The new and improved horrible Devil's Elbow with no sidewall to keep you from going over the edge. Anyway, we have this really fancy Assault steering wheel wrapped in suede. It's right here. That actually I had ordered for the blue one, and I even had blue screws and blue insert plate that it was going to go on that machine, and this showed up the day after it went up in flames. So I called them to tell them about it, and actually they sent me orange screws and back plate to color for this machine, so that was really nice. Working across the dash here, I've got the belt temperature gauge, digital gauge. It's actually over here and stuff, but yeah. I've got a RAM tough charger here that wirelessly charges your phone. I put in switches for the Sasquatch lights, exactly. They got an upper, this sun's all in my face, got an upper light bar, and the front one, they both run off that switch. I got a Mountain Tech blowhole back there in the CVT exhaust line, which will keep the Dura clutch that I have installed back here in the clutch housing cool, along with the belt, cooler than it normally would be, and it does work. I have verified that. We can talk about that when we go over the build. And because I wanted all the switches to match, I did replace the winch switch with one I ordered from Rocker Switch Pros. I got switches for the seat heaters. I got seat heaters in the front and back seats, but these seats are actually getting replaced. This is one of the things that I'm going to swap out, and these are very comfortable. There's nothing wrong with them, but they don't have side bolstering, and with as tall as this thing is and the rough rocks that we like to ride in, the girls were getting just slung all over the place in the back. So they want the seats with side bolstering like we had in the 900, so I've got those coming from PRP. Along with harnesses, because this piece of crap has already quit. It won't even roll up and it won't come out either. So I installed a rugged RDM digital analog dual band radio and a very nice rugged intercom. I did have a little trouble with the radio on my trip. What I did not know at the time is that radio is not waterproof, unfortunately. They don't advertise it as such, so it was really my mistake in thinking that it would be. I gave them a call, and they said that when people run that radio, they do tend to make an enclosure to mount them right up under the roof to keep them protected. But anyway, I actually have another radio coming for it that's going to go completely just plug and play with the rest of the rugged kit I've already got in here. And again, when I start doing the rebuild for the videos, we'll go over all that and I'll talk about it, why, how, and all that good stuff. But the intercom worked great. And I did these cool little mounts for the off-road plugs with these little like savers for when you're washing it or just don't have things plugged in. You can pull these out, and then when you're using it, you plug a cord from your helmet kit or your headset, whichever one, into that plug in order to use the intercom. And then when you're not using it, you just remove that, plug this back in, and it protects the plug from dirt and water. On the 900, I had the cord hanging from the roof and just kind of hanging loose down here, and you would reach around and grab it and plug it into your helmet, and it was a little cumbersome. This is working out much better. On the others,
It's a lot less tangly.
yes, very much less tangly, and you're not all the time shutting the cord and the doors as you get in and out the machine. Got a cool Polaris flip-up windshield here. If I could reach it. So you can close it and lock it. You can open it a little bit and lock it in a vent position if you still want a little wind protection, but you're getting hot. Or you can just flip it up all the way. Polaris wiper kit, washer kit. Those switches are over there along with the seat heater for that side. And the rock light switch. I didn't use the one from Lux, although it's perfectly fine. But again, I just wanted matching switches in this one. My 900 dash looked like a Christmas tree. So here we got the switch to turn on the wireless charger, and then the switch to turn on the radios, which they come on and off even right now with no key, because I wanted them that way. Let's see. Yeah, push to talk buttons here and there for the driver and passenger. Now back here is a very important feature I added. Hopefully it's in the shot. But this is a battery cutoff from Summit Racing. So all you do is flip that, and as you can see, now that the capacitor's died, there's no power going on the machine whatsoever. So, and the lead going from the battery to that cutoff switch is, I don't know, like 6 inches maybe, if not even that long. And then you just flip it back and your power's back. That way I do not have to worry about going up in flames, sitting anywhere when it's not being attended. At least if I'm nearby, I can see or smell smoke and prevent another incident like we had. We got a Polaris headliner in the top. The machine came with a Rockford system, front and rear speakers, all tied into the ride command system that's already in the machine. We got a 10-inch subwoofer on the dash. What else?
You have those thingies back here too.
Yeah, I did put in comms from the intercom for the rear seats, so everybody in the machine can talk at a comfortable, normal talking volume, even when we're blasting down the road at 60, 70 miles an hour or whatever. There's a phone charger USB plug I put in there. There's switches for the rear seat heaters. Grab handles to help you get in and out of it, front and rear. Moving to the back, I took this little fender off. It's actually laying in there. It's fine. But I have a crack here. Probably got that from, well, either 15 or the elbow, one of the two. But I got this fender ordered. It did separate right here. I'll get that put together, put the fender on it, and put that piece back, replace these two stickers. Take some SC1 and rub across here, and be just about good as new. Got our cargo box that was up there at the garage, goes back there with the coolers in it. We got Polaris for a bumper just to help dress up the back. Now, one thing that I did, and I'm going to explain this and why. Polaris is working on helping users or customers, let's say, understand their machines better. And the way they're doing that is they're letting the ECU monitor the engine RPM and the wheel speed. If those two come way out of sync for a short period, at the minimum a short period of time, then it's going to throw an engine code and it's going to put it in limp mode, and you have to take it to the dealer to get it reset. And when they see the code, they're going to go in that housing and they're going to check your belt. So this software that Polaris has engineered for these machines is attempting to keep people from burning belts. And that's a good thing. They're not going to understand it. They're not going to know why their machine goes into limp mode, but when they take it to the dealer to get it looked at and reset, the dealer can then educate them on why it went into limp mode in the first place. Problem with that only is with 30% gear reduction in the portals and a Dura clutch that likes to keep the belt in the bottom of the primary all the way up until 5,000-6,000 RPM before it begins to walk out and increase your speed. The engine naturally sees that as an issue, or the ECU does. So Gilliman Innovations, performance tuning company, I bought a tuned ECU from them to fix that issue. Part of the tune is to remove those engine codes so that it doesn't misidentify belt slip and throw an engine code, because I literally got it built, getting ready to go to Kentucky, pulled it out of the shop, went down the driveway to about right there, and it had already thrown an engine code, put it in limp mode because it thought something was bad wrong. And it wasn't wrong, it just didn't understand the situation. So he fixed that up in the ECU. He cut the radiator fan on from 205 to 195. He remapped redid the fuel map a little bit, and got the piston crowns cooler, got the engine running cooler, got it running a little better and a little more performance. Got about 10 to 15 more horsepower out of it with that ECU tune and the GBC exhaust that I put on it. Exhaust is very nice sounding. It sounds great, but it is a little loud. But the benefit of this particular one is no packing. You don't have to worry about sending it back to get it repacked. You don't have to worry about it filling up the spark arrestor with packing material, because this is a welded baffle. There you go. It's right there. Hannah's going to show it to us. It's a welded baffles internally, so there's nothing to replace. There's nothing to maintain. It just works and does what it's supposed to. Plus, it sounds really cool. Your friend that rides right behind you might not think so, but, you know, it is what it is. Another little feature I have on here is a little muff pot where you can cook your pizza rolls and or tater wedges on the trail. That's about it for now. Other than the seats and the harnesses I'm putting on it, some other changes I'm doing. Super ATV limit straps, because these big tires and portals and all that weight hanging off the end of these arms is really stressing the shocks when they fully extend. So I'm going to put some limit straps on them to stop that. And I'm waiting for September so I can put some forward offset arms on it, because the tires are getting into the fenders just a little bit. I've got a factory UTV 1/2-inch UHMW skid plate to put under it, but the skid plate actually wraps the front frame rail right there, and the tires get into that even worse than they do the fenders, so I can't use that until I scoot these tires forward a little bit. I think that's about it for the changes. Little odds and ends here and there, but like I said, I'm kind of gonna tear it down. I want to check everything. I want to see how it's performing where you can't see it. I want to check the bolts and the bushings and see if everything stayed tight like it was supposed to. I did lose one windshield bolt, so it's good to go over the whole thing again anyway. And since I want to video all this stuff, I'm basically gonna kind of start from scratch. But now that I know what I'm doing and everything's already done, it won't take nothing to take it down and put it back together. So, but I'll see you in the next video, which hopefully will be pretty soon, and it's going to be likely the last ride of the 900 or the first ride of the General, one of the two. Whichever one I got the most of, I'll probably do that, because I'm not really sure how either one turned out. But anyway, we'll see you then. Thanks for watching, and say goodbye to Bricky. Bricky. Hey, big boy. Hey, big boy. You say bye to everybody. Hey, say bye to everybody. Alrighty, see you soon. How's the view look? See the whole machine pretty much? Alright, go for it.
This is our 2021 Polaris General XP1000. After we lost our 900 in the fire, After we lost our 900 in the fire, we began a search for one of these. It was what we wanted.
Brick! Quit being a brick. You're messing up the shot.
That one has to be in the bloopers.
Yeah, for sure.
After making sure our name had been on it.
God almighty.
This is our 2021 Polaris General XP1000. After we lost the 900 in a fire, we began search for one of these. What we wanted next. We ordered from Let me go put him back and let me throw him in the razor. After we lost the 900 in the fire, we began searching for one.
That's tough, ain't it?
We ordered from a dealership here in Georgia to get it built.